This week's episode is brought to you by Capital Financial Advisory Group for all your retirement needs.
Hey folks, it's Coach Pete here. It's the Financial Safari, your weekly show informing you of that complex financial world. You need a guide in the financial world. This week we're going to talk about a very important topic in anyone's financial plan, retirement plan. It's called the Core and Explore philosophy. This week we're going to break it down. We're going to explain to you every single step of the Core and Explore and why it is imperative that you learn this if you're anywhere near close to what we call the financial red zone. That's 5 or 10 years away from retirement or in retirement. We're going to talk about that and much more this week on the Financial Safari.
Broadcasting from coast to coast, it's the Financial Safari with your host, Coach Pete D'Arruda. You'll hear from some of the nation's top financial professionals. So stick around and find out how to make it through the jungle of the financial world, right here on the Financial Safari.
Welcome into the Financial Safari. Consumer advocate Thomas Lipscomb here in studio alongside America's wealth, financial, and income coach, Coach Pete D'Arruda. It's always an honor to have you in here into the studio, Coach. Best-selling author, winner of Emmy Awards, almost 30 years in the financial arena. Time flies, doesn't it?
I was on the plane the other day, Thomas. I'm trying to finalize my book on retirement.
Yes.
A+ Retirement, the book on retirement. I just can't quite, it doesn't seem as good as it needs to be yet. So I'm going to keep holding off, folks, until I get the right book put together. But it's on its way. And keep in mind, I've already got the cover designed. So I write books like this. I've written 8 books. But every single book I've ever written, I designed the cover first. It's crazy, isn't it? And just like when folks bring in their current financial statements or what they call the retirement plans from their current advisors, I read from the back to the front because there's a lot of funny business out there, and we're going to talk about a way to counteract that funny business and get the proper plan put together this week in a philosophy in the financial world, especially retirement world, called the Core and Explore philosophy. A Stanford professor, years ago, I was talking to him, Dr. Craig Israelson. I had him on my show, the Financial Safari radio show. I think it was 2007, Tom. It's a long time ago.
Wow,
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
It has, yes.
And he said, Coach, every single person needs to hear about the Core and Explore. And basically, he teaches this to his students at Stanford.
Okay.
And so we're going to teach it to you this week, and we're going to break it down into there's 2 sections, Core and Explore. What does it mean to you? And then we're going to tie it all together at the end and show you how you can design what we call a total retirement plan based on this Core and Explore philosophy.
I love it. This is fantastic. And folks, I just want to let you know if you have any questions for Coach Pete and the team, we would be honored to have you give us a call, give us a text so that we can help answer those questions and then make sure that you're on the right track as you head into retirement. Really what we're about to talk about is a core piece of that. It
really is, Thomas.
Puzzle.
It's a vital piece. And folks, by the way, we talked about the radio show.
Sure.
And a lot of folks, you might be seeing us for the first time ever, even though we've been around for about 30 years. But we have a radio show. It's a national radio show, and you can listen to the podcast of it every single week at financialsafari.com.
That's right.
Real easy. And if you have questions for us, you can always go to financialsafari.com. You can type your question out if you want to see it in writing. You can even leave an audio question, and we'll play it here on the TV show, and we'll answer it. And so, non-threatening, but it's your chance to be a star if you want to be. Really?
That's right. I love
Pretty
that.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't want to forget, we have a great resource on there as well. Coach Pete, as a best-selling author, has offered one of his audiobooks at no cost or obligation if you head over to financialsafari.com. So, great thing to take advantage of. But let's dive in if you want to. Let's do this. So, Core and Explore.
Yep.
Let's start at the beginning. So, what are we talking about when we talk about Core and Explore?
Well, money's a funny thing, Thomas. When you're making it, you're happy. When you're losing it, you're sad.
Sure. That's the truth.
So I don't like to be around sad people. So what we try to do is we design the Core and Explore. So Core. The core part of your plan needs to be money that is growing. It's protected.
Okay.
And it'll give you lifetime income in the future.
Okay.
Forever. Forever money, Thomas. Not lifetime income for 5 or 10 years, folks, or 20 years and then goes away right when you need it the most. An income that is available for you and your spouse for the rest of your lives. That is a continuation plan, and that is a way to keep you out of the poorhouse in retirement.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to talk. We'll break down. And of course, Explore is risk, and you have to have some accelerated money when you're building your plan to hopefully get you to the goals you need to get to in life. But we don't need to have the accelerated plan take the dip and accelerate downward on us. And so that's why we have the core. So we're going to talk on this section about the core part of a plan.
Okay.
And the core is the safe part, the part that's not going away. It doesn't depend on the ups and downs in the market. You don't have to wake up in the morning, run to the TV, and see if your money's still there.
So let me ask, I guess it's probably a pretty basic question, but how do you know how much you need to allocate in your core as opposed to your Explorer?
Well, everyone's different.
Okay.
And so I wish it was so simple to say, well, Thomas, you need to do X, Y, Z, and everything will be fine.
Sure.
Can't do that. All right, so what we need to do is look at your situation and your spouse's situation, your children, your grandchildren, if you care about them. Now, some people care more about their grandkids than their kids. I understand that. It was, you had a long relationship with your children, and they did a lot of bad things over the years. And then they have grandkids, and now you want to get back at them, so you spoil the grandkids, and you give them candy when you're not supposed to, that kind of thing, right? You're going through that now.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I just thought, nothing wrong, and a lot of people do have great relationships, and I've even watched The Sopranos on TV. Remember The Sopranos?
Oh, yeah.
They had a great family atmosphere every now and then, but they were fighting a lot of times too. So here's the core. The core, basically, we need to find out what you want to do in the future, and then we need to isolate money in a place where you can't lose it to make sure you'll be able to do that all the way through the future. So one of the main things in the future is you need to have a house, or you need to have somewhere to live and sleep.
Sure.
You need to have food on your table, and you need to have all the utilities. You need to have air conditioning in the summer. It's no fun with no air conditioning. I grew up where we didn't have air conditioning in the cars, so I know that. No, you just need your necessities. But then, Thomas, those are what we call the needs.
Okay.
But we also have wants. I've talked to folks every single week who want to play golf the rest of their life in retirement,
sure, yes.
or want to travel, or back in the day before the coronavirus, go to a baseball game in every city, right, that you want to go to, those kind of things.
Absolutely.
Whatever makes you float. Whatever makes you tick. Maybe you like to go to Napa every couple months or twice a year. And when you go out to Napa or Sonoma, you go visit wineries. They're not just there to give you free wine. They want to sell you a bunch of wine. And so they give you a lot of wine, so then you buy more wine. So you need to have that money put aside, and you need to know what you're going to have to be able to spend every single year for the rest of your life. That's the core. And it is a safe plan. What we do for the core is there's three main ingredients of the core. The money needs to be growing, obviously. It needs to be protected. Not only the money, but your growth needs to be protected. So if you get a gain, we don't want to give the gain back. How many times have you had a stock where you were all happy one day because it went up, and then the next week or next month or even next day it went down? You're not happy anymore. We don't. I think that's called manic depressive, right? You're happy, you're sad, whatever. So we need to make sure that our money is in a place that's always going to grow. It's going to be protected. But Thomas, the most vital part of the core is to give you that lifetime income you can never ever outlive. Regardless of what happens in the market, doesn't depend on the market. You're going to get a financial fill-up, we call it, a check delivered to your mailbox. The green flag goes up on the mailbox. No, people are saying, well, Coach, I don't have a green flag. Well, you have the red flag on the mailbox, that's bills. Wouldn't it be great to have the mailman bring you a check instead of bills? And so that's why we design this core plan, because it builds confidence. It gives you that safety and security and knowledge, knowing that everything's going to be fine all the way through retirement, regardless of what happens in the market, regardless of what happens with anything geopolitical. That money's safe and secure.
It really makes a lot of sense. I'm glad we're able to open this up. Obviously, we're going to continue the conversation in a minute, but if you would like to meet with Coach Pete and the team to make sure that you have this core aspect of the Core and Explore plan in your own retirement plan, we'd love to invite you in. Take advantage of a complimentary consultation with Coach Pete and the team. Just call the number you see on the screen or shoot us a text. It's another really easy way to get in touch with us. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. Get you suited with a total retirement income plan, Coach, that truly is customized to them.
It's very important, folks, and there's no threat. Nobody's going to twist your arm, but we're going to help educate you on number one, where you are right now, what you want to do in the future, and then we'll design a plan that'll get you where you think you're really going to go, and guaranteed to be there when you need it the most. Call the number right now.
Live long and prosper. That's what Spock used to say. We all want to live a long life, and thanks to medical advances and better care that we're taking care of ourselves, we are actually managing to do that. But is your retirement plan designed to take you into a longer life? That is why we're here. We are going to put together a plan that will last you for the rest of your life. Hi, my name is Greg Baring. I proudly serve the Wilmington area for Capital Financial, and I want to put together a plan that's going to suit you for the rest of your life, no matter how long you live.
All right, welcome back into the Financial Safari. Consumer advocate Thomas Lipscomb here with you again alongside Emmy winner, best-selling author, Coach Pete D'Arruda. We're sitting here talking about core and explore philosophy, why that is vital to retirement planning. Coach, you've introduced us to the concept of what the core is, why it's important. This is my next question for you. How do we achieve it?
Emmy winner.
Emmy winner. Isn't that crazy?
You know, I was just thinking when you said that, I purposely don't wear makeup, folks. Number one, I don't like messing up my towels all the time because I don't know how to clean makeup off my face. So yeah, no makeup, Coach Pete. It is what you get. You know, I can't put enough makeup on me anyway to make me look better. Anyway, so how do we accomplish the core philosophy?
Yes.
Well, number one, you meet with us. Well, I mean, really, Thomas, it's not as easy as you think it can be, but it's easy for us because we've done this year over year, and we've done it with success.
Absolutely.
And we've been through some markets ups and downs, and so it's one thing to say you can do something; it's another thing to prove it after we've had the market tumble. Now we've been really lucky though. Really lucky as a society.
We have.
Because we've had crashes, but we've had recoveries almost immediately after that. They call that a V-shaped recovery. Goes down, comes back up. Well, could we go down one time and never come back for a while? Maybe a U, like a big U.
Sure.
And you know what I call that? A big uh-oh. Because if we have all our money in the market, now we're depending on it to come back to say, oh, when the market comes back, I'm finally going to do what Coach Pete, I'm going to meet with Coach Pete and get that core and explore.
Right.
There's no better time than the present to sit down and at least find out what you could be doing and what confidence you could have if your money was in the right place. So we're independent, Thomas. We're independent financial fiduciary investment advisory firm. Say that 5 times. But what that means to you out there is that we're not going to push you into products. We can't take commissions out of your money. Fiduciary. We have to do what's best for you at all times. We have an oath, and we also have regulators monitoring us to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Sure, yeah.
And so, but we always do. We've been doing this forever because I've never had a complaint for a reason, Thomas, and that's a pretty big accomplishment, by the way, because people complain about everything these days. If you go out to eat, you see people complain. So people just love to complain these days. We're in the cancel culture, they call it. People want to build you up and knock you down. So it's like king of the hill. We want to put you on top of the hill all the way through retirement. So by utilizing the proper products, strategies, and philosophies, again, core and explore is a big philosophy, we can put you in the driver's seat all the way through retirement. You have that retirement autopilot, we say, financial cruise control, where you're not worried about, hey, the market's up, I need to take some money out because I have to pay my mortgage bill. And if the market goes down, I'll have to take it out at a lower amount. Well, let's have an account, the core account, where all the bills are paid from, so you don't have to disturb your Explore account, the market account, when you have to pay bills off.
Okay,
or if the market's down, the worst time to take money out of the market many times to pay bills, if you have all your money in the market, is when it's down. Now, if you have all your money in the market, you shouldn't anyway. You're way overbalanced. It's like the fat guy on a seesaw. He's never going up. You ever get on a seesaw with a fat guy?
You certainly have, yeah.
You're trapped way up there. The fat guy hears the lunch bell ring. He's off to see mom. Boom, and you're down. So he doesn't let you down so good at all.
Well, I was a little bit skinnier as a kid, but I will say this: I was fatter enough than my younger brother that I did that all the time.
So you did it him. Yeah, I was the fatter guy of the 3 brothers back in the day. So I used to get him way up there, and then I would purposely get off real quick.
Nice, I love it. Well, let me ask you about this.
You got to learn how to take a fall.
You do.
But we don't have to learn how to take falls in the market. We need to put our money where it's not going to fall, and that's possible. A lot of people say, well, Coach, I can withstand some losses until losses happen. They say, Coach, I wish I would have done that core thing where we don't have to worry about losing money. And so it is possible. I want people to know that. It's not impossible. It is possible. It is probable if you get the right plan put together.
Absolutely. So that's what I want to talk to you about is I think a lot of people fall into these... right? Yeah, into these pits, these traps. They fall into that U shape or that L shape or whatever it may be because they're not prepared. Now, you have something that you call the financial red zone. And I think this is something that folks out there need to pay attention to because this is truly, if you're aware of this, it can help prevent some of this downfall that you're talking about.
Yeah, the financial red zone, folks, is when you're getting close to retirement. And again, retirement age is different for everyone. 65 is the number we all had in our mind.
Sure.
Because that's the age that Social Security used to kick in and all that. But now it's different. It's a sliding scale. And managing Social Security, very important. We help a lot of folks. Again, that's a core part of your plan is Social Security. if you could get more from Social Security every month, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, a lot of people are making the mistake in filing wrong. So we help a lot of folks with the filing of Social Security ahead of time. Now, we don't work for the government. We're not affiliated with the government. And that's a good thing, because if you do work for the government or affiliated with the government, you're not allowed to give advice on how to take the proper claiming strategies. So
right.
there's a lot of mistakes to be made there. There's also a lot of mistakes made with Medicare. And so we put together a Medicare cheat sheet, guidebook, and series, video series. And we're going to give that away later on the show too, Thomas. I want everyone to get a copy of that worksheet, guidebook, video series.
Yes.
They can even they can go to the internet and download the workbook, the companion manual right now, can't they?
They can. We have a great website, folks, PeteOnDemand.com, PeteOnDemand.com. We have a treasure trove of resources. Obviously, we have the Medicare guide and everything around that there, but also you have some of your audio books from your best-selling books there that we have available, some reports that we put together, including people, really people known in the financial arena, such as Tom Hegna, Dr. Wade Fowle. Great information site, PeteOnDemand.com.
Those are friends of our radio show. They come on every now and then and give great advice.
Yes.
Folks, you can never have enough good advice, but getting a bunch of advice and not taking action is you're killing yourself, basically. Procrastination, I've seen procrastination kill more plans than a market crash, it seems.
Yeah, it really makes sense. It does. So let's talk about how we can achieve this. So we know what we need to do to prepare for retirement. We get that we need this core set aside to cover basic expenses, electricity, those needs that you were talking about, looking at our wants. What are some ways that we can go about doing this? Obviously, you said we can meet with the team. Is it truly individualized on each person that comes in?
What we do is meet with you, see what you like to do, what makes you tick, what you're spending now, and then we look forward into the future. In retirement, what are we going to want to do? And so then we factor inflation in, because inflation, things get more expensive. Just look at candy bars over our lifetime. I remember a 5-cent candy bar when I was young. I'm 54 now, so I was a paper boy at 7, 8, 9, 10, and I watched candy bars go from 5 to 20 cents in my paper boy delivery. So I lost a little weight because candy bars got more expensive. Mom used to get mad at me because I would spend a lot of my profits for my paper out. I didn't make much money doing the paper out, but it was good activity and kept me in decent shape for a fat kid.
You're funny.
But there's no magic bullet. There's no, we can't pull off something from the shelves and say, hey, you're 55, here's what you need to do, or you're 78, here's what you need to do. We need to see everybody individually what you like to do, and then we'll design a plan based on what's available out in the financial arena. Thomas, there's a bunch of different products and strategies available. We're independent, so we'll find what works best for you, and we'll do it for you if you call right now.
Folks, you can call the number that you see on the screen, or you can text us as well. This is a great opportunity to connect with Coach Pete and the team. You can finally sit down with someone who's offering common sense and straight talk, as opposed to the financial mess that you can hear. There are a lot of confusing terms. There are a lot of just confusing aspects to this world, and you want to know that you're connecting with someone you can trust. Someone, as Coach said earlier, that's a fiduciary that has your back. So call the number that you see on the screen or give us a text. 2 great ways to connect with Coach Pete and the team so that you can get started on your total retirement income plan. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back taking a short break. Just a minute.
Live long and prosper. That's what Spock used to say. We all want to live a long life, and thanks to medical advances and better care that we're taking care of ourselves, we are actually managing to do that. But is your retirement plan designed to take you into a longer life? That is why we're here. We are going to put together a plan that will last you for the rest of your life. Hi, my name is Greg Baring. I proudly serve the Wilmington area for Capital Financial, and I want to put together a plan that's going to suit you for the rest of your life, no matter how long you live.
Retirement planning can be stressful, so our process is designed to put you at ease. You'll notice immediately that we are different than other financial advisory firms. During your initial consultation, we'll get to know you and give you the chance to get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement so that we can design a plan that will help you achieve your long-term financial goals. Our relaxing office environment and friendly staff will make you feel welcome and comfortable the moment you walk in the door.
Welcome back into the Financial Safari. Consumer advocate Thomas Lipscomb here with you again alongside Coach Pete D'Arruda. Coach, we've been having a fantastic conversation about the core and explore philosophy. I think it'd be a good time to just take a minute. Let's recap that, make sure if anybody's just tuned into the program that they kind of understand where we've come from so that they can follow us with where we're going.
It's not rocket science, Thomas, but it sure feels like it sometimes. I mean, a lump sum, you got a lot of people I talk to have big balances in 401ks, TSPs, that's thrift savings plan, 403bs for our teachers and hospital employees, Corgi. But you have this lump sum. And you're wondering to yourself, well, gosh, one of these days I want to retire. I'm not going to be putting new money in, but I need that money to continue to grow, but I don't want it to shrink, right? It's like the paradox right here. So. And my 401k doesn't give me too many options as far as how to make that money safe. Whereas you can go to bed on a Monday and know you're going to wake up on a Friday and you're going to have equal to or more than what you started with.
Wow. Yeah.
And so what happens many times, unfortunately, is people getting close to retirement, they don't pare down the risk. And so they get to that retirement date and there's less money in there than they thought was going to be. And then you're looking at a lump sum. So how do you know what that lump sum can translate to as far as a lifetime income you can never outlive? And that's what we specialize in, Thomas, giving you that futuristic look into that lifetime income that'll never go away using the core and explore philosophy.
Yes.
And so here's a philosophy that I want you to understand. We're not saying take all the money out of the market and put it into a place that's not going to grow, because our core plans share in the gains of the market. But they don't share in the losses of the market.
Yes.
And there's no commissions coming out of your money. Like a lot of brokerage firms, you look at, oh gosh, I was up 10% in the market, yet my return is only 5% because my broker took money out, right?
Ouch.
So that's not good. So we need to look at what we have. We need to have a planning team show you, well, if you pair off a certain amount of this money out of your 401k and put it into the core plan, you're not going to worry about losing that money anymore. And in the future, we can get a crystal ball out, Thomas. We can say if you put a certain amount of money away today, in 1 year from now, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years from now, here's what kind of lifetime income you can get from that money for the rest of your life, for both you and your spouse. So it really is a way to pare down risk, but pair up confidence.
Yeah.
Lift up confidence, because now you know, regardless of what happens in your Explore account, which again is the risk account, it goes up and down, regardless of what happens there, if you have money dedicated to your core plan, you know exactly what kind of income you're going to get for the rest of your life at the minimum.
Yes.
Here's one of the things I forget to talk about a lot of times. When we put the plans together for you, we show you the guaranteed minimums. Now, I'm not a negative person, but we have to show you the worst case scenario.
Okay. Yeah.
It could be better and hopefully will be better, but as long as we can make a plan around the income you're going to get from the core based on the worst case scenarios, that's if the market goes down every single year for the rest of your life, you're still going to have the same amount you started with a little growth in the core account. You're not going to lose that money.
Wow.
But if we do have good market environments, you're going to share in the gain. Therefore, your income will increase in the future, combating inflation. Now, the reason why we say we need to utilize the core is because we have all our money in the Explore account and the market's going down. You still have to take money out of there in the future when you're in retirement to live on.
Okay.
Therefore, locking in your losses.
Yes.
But if we have a core account established, giving you a lifetime income, when the market goes down on the other side, the Explore side, you don't have to touch that money. So you have plenty of time for it to recover because you're living on the core.
Yes.
So the core helps in so many ways. Number one, it helps you minimize your loss from the Explore account because you don't have to liquidate when the market's down. These are overlooked aspects because a lot of brokerages and Wall Street is basically saying, give us your money, we'll do good for you. You don't do good, they say, don't worry, next year will be better. You do bad the next year, don't worry, it's just a paper loss. Well, it becomes a real loss when you need that money and have to liquidate at a low point. So having a core and Explore philosophy enables you never to have to liquidate from your Explore side because your core side's always there and always pumping out money for you. It really, really makes a big difference. And number one, your safety and security in retirement, but your confidence approaching retirement. And Thomas, because of the core and Explore philosophy, we've had some folks be able to retire earlier because they have a lot more income than they ever thought they would get because they utilize that core philosophy.
I love that, and they must have loved that.
Oh,
being
they love
able
it.
to
I
take
love it too because it helps me sleep at night
Yes.
knowing that you're taken care of. Again, no complaints. But I worry about everything in the money world for my clients, but I also worry about people that aren't clients because they're not getting the full truth a lot of times.
Yes.
Folks, this is your chance to get the financial truth.
It is, and that's a very important point. So obviously you can hear Coach's heart here. He wants to take that anxiety, take that trouble out of the retirement planning process and make sure that you can be confident not just in year one, and we talk about this a lot, Coach. This is an ongoing relationship that you develop with folks that you work with. It's not just year one, it's year 7, it's year 14, it's year 21, making sure that you can get all the way through retirement with confidence. And I appreciate that because it's true. There are a lot of folks out there that are the typical broker, that are the typical, and they don't have your best interests at heart. And I think that's something you need to pay attention to.
Yep.
the point that I'm bringing up is the fact that you're a fiduciary, and again, that you're independent.
Well,
and both of those things are vitally important.
We have a guest on our show many times over the years, Dr. Dan Geller.
Ah, yes.
He's written the Money Anxiety Index.
Yes.
And he says, Coach, the Core and Explorer is the best way to avoid anxiety with your money, because you know your money's not going to go away, because you've got two different sides. And you've got the growth one that's giving you that growth, income, and protection. Growth, protection, income second or third after protection.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Growth, protection, income. And then the other side, you've got that maximum horsepower potential of the market. And if that side goes down, you can always live on the Core and Explorer, the core side of the Core and Explorer. Makes a lot of sense, and it really reduces your anxiety about money and lets you enjoy retirement the way it was supposed to be, the way all the brochures show. The husband and wife on the golf course in the best weather, no mosquitoes or gnats around, the best dress. Every shot you hit's going in, sort of like Caddyshack, where the guy was having the best round ever. But we need to make sure that we are in control, and this is a way where you can take control of the money world instead of the money world controlling you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And again, folks, I want to remind you of that financial red zone, that 5 to 10 years before retirement, when you do need to be looking at these techniques, but really truly looking at your budget as you head into retirement. I know you don't like the budget word all the time, Coach. We can make it a fun budget.
Well, let's make it, budget. The budget's a bad word because budget says you can't do.
Yes.
Folks, you're talking to your wife, honey, I'd love to do this, but we can't do it because the budget won't allow it. What if you had a budget that would increase for you and give you more money to do what you want to do? So your main problem in retirement is finding time to do all the things you want to do.
Very nice. I like happy wife, happy life. So the more that we can increase those numbers, all the better.
Yeah, well, but Thomas, it makes a lot of sense. So let's stop believing the lies of Wall Street and putting all our money in a place that we have no idea what our lifetime income is going to be. And let's get a true lifetime income plan, that financial cruise control, the retirement autopilot, that a check, a financial fill-up, every single year, a check will arrive in your mailbox, regardless of what's happening in the stock market. And you still have your Explorer account, but your core account is the one pumping out that lifetime income.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Folks, to take advantage of this, all you have to do is call the number that you see on the screen, or you can give us a text right now, and we'll connect you with our team here that Coach Pete has built up. Coach Pete himself would be honored to meet with you, make sure that you have that total retirement income plan, including the Core and Explore philosophy in place. Again, just call the number that you see on the screen or give us a text. This is a great opportunity. Don't forget that 5-10 years before retirement, you do need to be looking at this again, so that you can take that anxiety out of that year before retirement, the year after, or the 10 years into retirement. I love this.
You want to be in the green zone in the Money Anxiety Index.
Exactly.
They go green, yellow, red.
Yeah.
We don't want red. We don't want to worry all the time. Yellow's okay, but we're always still looking over our shoulder wondering what's going on. Green gives you that lifetime protection, that lifetime income, that true peace of mind that I know all of you are searching for. We all are. Thomas, absolutely. I have my own Core and Explore philosophy. I practice what I preach, and I am totally confident about my retirement, and I'm totally confident I can help you with yours. All you have to do is give us a call right now.
That's right. Just call that number you see on the screen or give us a text, and we would be glad to set you up with your own total retirement income plan. Now, it looks like we're coming to the end of the show. Any last words?
Well, when you call and come in, you get a copy of my book and also our 401k survival box set as well.
Very nice, very nice. Folks, take advantage. Call the number you see on screen or give us a text right now, and we'll see you next week right here on the Financial Safari.